Om Sadashiva-Samarambham Shankaracharya-Madhyamam Asmadacharya-Paryantam Vande Guru-Paramparam Guru-Brahma Guru-Vishnu Guru-Devo Maheswara Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahi Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vidvishavahi Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So, we have been discussing that the characteristics of a student or a sadhaka, where we have discussed starting from Viveka, then Vairagya, Shamadamadi Sarka Sampatti, and Mumukshutvam. After discussing all these fourfold mainly qualifications, what we called as Anubandha Chatushtayam, Sadhana Chatushtayam, Anubandha Chatushtayam is different, I am sorry, Sadhana Chatushtayam. Now question may arise, there we stopped, that if these four, especially Viveka, is very tough, every now and then I fluctuate because something other goes here and there. And of course, this Mumukshutvam don't ask. Only when the water is on my neck, above neck, still I try my best to stand on my toes because so that I get 1 inch extra. Also, while looking at that, I start searching for some bricks or something so that again I can stand up. So even if it enters inside the mouth, if the water is sweety, I don't bother. Only problem starts when water goes above my mouth because our nose is going to be covered. So this Mumukshutvam is a very key point. It's not that great. So in short, that Viveka and Mumukshutvam are not that great. And interestingly, you will observe, wherever there is a Mumukshutvam, there is Viveka. Just I am giving you the link. The Viveka is always connected to desire to be free. So if the Mumukshutvam is strong in me, automatically Viveka will be stronger. How and why? Okay, I am just stretching, it's not contextual, but I am trying to stretch here. See, if you have, for example, decided to get rid of something, give up something. Now, with reference to that, whatever hurdles comes, whatever confusion or conflict comes, will you be bothered? Will you solve just like that or not? Because for you, the object, situation or person, whatever, is not a point. Because already you have decided that you don't want that object, person or situation. So the conflict or confusion with reference to that person or situation will not create that much problem in you at all. I hope you understand the context, how it works. Whereas suppose you have not decided anything. Now, will you be, anything happens with reference to that person, situation or object, will you be able to discriminate anything? Definitely you cannot discriminate. So This is, let us say, for example, if I give an example, it will be easier for you people to understand. Okay, there is no specific example here, not a great example. I am not able to find. Some flowers will be there, then it will be better. See, look, this is something. Okay, very nice. Now, let us say I have now decided that I don't want this one to be here in this room. Let it go. Now, because I have decided this thing, now whether it is precious or not, because already I have decided I don't want, whether it is precious or not, whether it should go to you or him, does it really matter to me? If there is a conflict in me, let us say somebody, no, I want this, I want that, I want that, will it matter to me? I'll say, look, whoever wants to take it first, please take it. You understand? So whoever wants to take it faster, please take it. So because I have already decided to get rid of it. So also, if the Mumukshutvam, that I want to be free from myself, if that is stronger, that is already decided. Now any conflict with refer to, conflict means what? Conflict is nothing called bondage. Holding on to, grabbing is conflict. It is exactly like child wants to be free. The mother tries to, especially you understand sometimes, forcefully tries to hold the child. Then the child gets suffocated or not? Anybody. Mother example is best because the problem is, again, mother, sometimes child when weak wants to come to mother. Please mama. That's another point. That's why I am giving mother example. So grabbing or holding on to is called lack of Viveka. So if the person has got more Mumukshutvam, automatically Viveka becomes stronger or not? Let us not get into. So that, keeping this example, now let us look at, if somebody is having not that great Mumukshutvam, verse number 28. Manda madhyama rupani Vairagyena samadhina prasadena guroh seyam prabuddha suyate phalam. Says, look, manda madhyama rupa api. So let us say, even though this Mumukshutvam is either manda, so manda means really dull, very namesake, or madhyama, mediocre, little better. If that is the case, and he says samadhina vairagyena, somehow things can be managed. Suppose let us, a person has got some sama, or you can take also the shamadama adi shatka sampati, also madhya madhyama, manda madhyama is there. They are also mediocre. And of course, vairagya, also you can take it as detachment, or this dispassion, also manda madhyama. You can take all this as manda madhyama. In short, if the person is a mediocre in all the aspects, how to go about it? He uses this word. Yes, prasadena guroh prasadena sa yam prabuddha suyate phalam. He uses very nice word. So now what happens? Even though everything, don't worry, sa yam suyate phalam, that means this definitely, that is going to really bear the fruit or produces fruit. Suyate. And why? Because of Guroho Prasadena. This is what he highlights. Grace of Guru becomes the key point. And when Guru's grace, then I am taking the verse two ways, okay? One is that if the Mumukshutvam is Manda and Madhyama, mediocre, either namesake or little better. So there what we say, because of the grace of Guru, even though, this is the first way looking, even though Vairagya and Samadama are the also mediocre, but because of the Guru's grace, now what happens? Definitely the mind becomes calm. Of course, all other qualification keeps coming. It really bears the fruit. That means this Mumukshutvam definitely will come and the person will be liberated. This is one way of looking at this verse. Other ways, generally this is what we take it most of the time, that let us say the person is having less Mumukshutvam, but somehow the person has come across the Guru. So because of the association of the Guru, because of seva to the Guru, living with the Guru, all these things we put together, teaching of the Guru. Now automatically what happens? Vairagya and Samadama keeps increasing. Because you don't have much choice, okay? Because the job of the Guru is to thrash you time to time. So even if you have some type of attachment towards something or other, that will get destroyed, supposed to get destroyed, okay? Whether you like it or not. The only problem is Guru should not have any attachment, okay? If the Guru has got attachment, that is the disaster, okay? But at least Guru makes sure he or she may have attachment, but she will destroy your attachment. That is another way of looking at, okay? So, Guru somehow makes sure that your Vairagyam becomes stronger. And of course, Samadhamadi, all the qualifications definitely has to increase, because when a person is in with the teacher, whether you like it or not, what choice do you have? Even if you are angry, you understand? But how long you can do that you know better, okay? That's why you can say, Swamiji, that's why we nicely escape from you, okay? Because why to do all the time and get collapsed? So better to be survive this life way, okay? Coming back to the point. So, automatically being with the teacher, Samadhamadi Satkasampati automatically starts bearing its fruit, keeps increasing. So when the Samadhamadi Satkasampati and Vairagya both are there, now whether you like it or not, Viveka has to be there because of the association of the teacher and teaching. If Viveka comes, automatically Mumukshutvam will increase or not. So that is what this verse can be looked at in different ways. So in short, it is being highlighted that the association with the teacher brings the result. Because when the person is associated with the teacher, automatically the person also is associated with the teaching. Because a teacher cannot be separated from the teaching. This is the point. But unfortunately, nowadays, there is no teacher, but a person is associated with the institution and is presented as a teacher. So there are no students, but they are followers, but they claim that they are students. So the relationship is follower and leader, devotee and God. Today somebody called me, so Swamiji, how many devotees are there? I said, I don't have any devotee with me. आपके पास कितने भक्त लोग हैं? मेरे पास भक्त लोग नहीं है. I don't have any devotee. Okay. Some Shishyas, you just stayed a very smart fellow. Okay. Shishya, I said, I'm sorry, I'm looking for disciples. So far I have not got any disciple because nowadays nobody wants to be disciplined, including you. I told him, including you. Then after that he didn't say that Chhatra or student, nothing he didn't ask. Okay. Thank God he kept quiet. So coming back to the point. So now the teacher cannot be separated from the teaching. The teacher is not being separated from the teaching. So whoever stays with the teacher, whether you like it or not, you start learning from that person. Behavior, forget about teaching aspect, behavior itself. Because in behavior, the teacher will start looking at the teaching concept. Whereas if the teacher is not connected to the teaching but the institution or work or greatness of the person or whatever, then there you will see some type of dichotomy, some type of conflict. There people get disoriented, and that's why lot of conflict happens after a few years of association with that person. That's why in India especially, many people get inspired to become spiritual, especially looking at following great icons of India, spiritual icons of India. But later on, they get disoriented, disheartened because of lack of teaching over there. So from a distance, people think somehow or other there will be some teaching without knowing what is teaching. But when they discover there is no teaching at all, it is only, for example, it is only, let us say, drama or show, things becomes other way around. How and why? I'll give a beautiful example. Once upon a time, okay, not now. Rishikesh was a place of learning. So anybody, whoever used to come, mainly, to be very honest, some people used to come because that they wanted to be sadhu, Swami. Some Vairagya was there, and many of them have come because wife died. Along with the wife, child also died. There are great Swamis, they have become great Swamis, okay? And something went wrong in life, completely destroyed. So they somehow understood, okay, nothing to do, let us go to Rishikesh. So when they came to Rishikesh, I am giving you live examples, okay? So when they came to Rishikesh, Rishikesh was a place of study. So they took sannyasa. Then after that, the situation was as such, the surrounding was as such, whether you like it or not, you have to study. But you see, every Swamiji is studying something or other. So how long can you keep quiet? So you take a book, you start studying it. So that was Rishikesh. That's why I say once upon a time. But nowadays, what is Rishikesh? Nowadays, people are taking sannyasa. Somehow they run away, same running away. That is not there, okay? Curious, then run away. And of course, there are organizations, they run. And they want some people, they also give you, but the organization has to run. Now the surrounding is not studying sadhus, somehow to manage how to run the organization and how to catch the client. I cannot forget one word, to be very honest. One of the teacher of Pujya Swamiji, okay? His name is Swami Anand. I had a very nice time. In fact, we had a very good relationship. So he will tell, Jokulali one day, he said, hey, good. Abhi the course khatam hone wala hai. Now the course is getting over, going to get over. Go and open your, bas, chalo, bhago. Yahan se ek dukaan khol lo. I cannot forget this. So open your shop, okay? एक दुकान खोल लो, दो दुकान खोलो, बस कुछ नहीं. Something you have to talk. Once like a small dukaan, small shop you open, start selling something. Don't worry, 1 or 2 customers you will get. Slowly customer will keep increasing. Don't worry. This Swami Tarananji, I cannot forget the way he used to talk. So, but remember, what I am highlighting here is in Rishikesh concept. Now when a person comes out of curiosity or out of seriousness to Rishikesh, giving up places and house and everything, your whatever was there, now thinking that Rishikesh is a holy place where you will study. Now after a few days or few months you discover there is nothing called study. How to survive? How to manage your life? Now what will you do? So many Swamijis, they end up learning Veena, learning flute, learning yoga, pranayama, some tricks and techniques. And also some of the Swamijis starts learning how to make pizza so that they can teach cooking in different countries. I'm not telling you jokes. Well, Rishikesh is at present is like, how to survive, how to exhibit, how to manage the life. That's why Rishikesh is a place of exhibition, spiritual exhibition at present. So how a place called Rishikesh has changed in due course of time, so also the gurus, the great icons, institution also has changed in due course of time. Because about Rishikesh I can talk openly, but about any institution I am not supposed to talk. That's why non-controversial example I gave, Rishikesh. Because I know personally many organizations. People get inspired. In fact, in my childhood I was also inspired. Thank God I did not join. But once you get in, you will understand you are caught. And neither you can come out. So because of, I am stretching this point, because of that the teacher is not connected to the teaching. Can you see this point? Okay. So teaching is this much benefit. Okay, I understand. But that means you feel this teacher is a hopeless case sometimes. You have to be very careful. And prarabdha, lot of factors are involved. Yes. But that means you think that there is no other alternative. Yes. Who says there is no other alternative? How? Let us look at the next verse, okay? Vairagyam cha mumukshutvam tibram yasya tu vidyate tasmin evarthavantasyu phalavantah samadaya. He says, look, if somehow you manage Vairagyam and Mumukshutvam in intensive way, forget about Viveka, don't worry. As I gave you the example, many people have come to Rishikesh because wife died or some problem happened in house, some frustration happened. They could not handle and they ran out. And among them, many of them have become great Swamijis. without naming anybody's name. I can give few names. They have become great Swamis, no doubt in it. How did it happen? Because the Vairagya was very strong that moment, and they capitalized that. Can you see this point? They maintained that Vairagya. So when the spark was there, because of external circumstances, somehow they managed that spark Vairagya and Mumukshutvam. Now enough, I have seen, if one case happened like this, second case also will happen, third case also will happen. And they held on to that. And because they held on to that, that is called Mumukshutvam. So because of this Vairagya and Mumukshutvam Tibram, intense, and of course they maintain that intensity, and because it existed, that's what had happened. Automatically you will discover Samadama Adi, and definitely the calmness of the mind, Samadama means all the Sarka Sampati, automatically becomes fruitful. So that means what? You can look at this also too. So in short, it is not only the surrounding like Rishikesh, because nowadays also people come to Rishikesh, not that everybody is lost, not that every Swami learns Bina. Please don't misunderstand me. Not that every Swami wants to learn flute or yoga. Okay, yoga you can learn for your, body and mind. No, many Swamis they can learn yoga, how to go to overseas, how to catch clients, you understand? Because you need to learn some tricks and techniques, especially this Agni Shara, Nauli, these other things, because so that you can show your stomach properly, okay? Not that everybody does. No, please don't look at. So there, what is being highlighted is, what spark you had, because of which spark you left your home and came here. There are many Swamis still now also. They are busy and maintaining that spark, maintaining that Mumukshutvam, desire to be free, and they are doing well. Not exhibiting wellness, they are doing well for themselves. So that means there are two things we need to look at. One is atmosphere, and other one is one's own constant effort. So the first one was the teacher, the atmosphere. Second one is one's own constant effort. So if you are putting your effort constantly, not wavering at all, definitely you will be able to maintain yourself. The story goes beautiful. This is what, interestingly, and this story had inspired me a lot, to be very honest. In my teenager time, I heard this story actually, and later on I have heard in different occasions, from different people, the story of a minister, which I have quoted many times. That there was a minister who was very good, but only problem he had, that every now and then he goes to a secluded place where he has kept one small cottage, and he goes inside, spends some time in that cottage and comes back, and he never allows anybody to go inside or to see what he is doing and what he is not doing. In fact, when he enters into that cottage, he makes sure all the doors and windows are closed. So once while people were very curious, and of course other ministers were so angry because he was a great minister, able to deliver the best. But what he is doing suspiciously, hiding, because of two reasons. He was selected from a poor family, he was a poor person, and because of his talent he was being selected as a minister. And of course that became a bigger room to talk. Maybe he is trying to hide many things in that room, and he never gives the key to anybody, not allows to see what is this. There is no transparency in him. That means maybe he is trying to hide a lot of wealth over there. That's why he is very goody-goody and he is able to deliver the best, because to maintain anybody and everybody properly. So when this rumor started spreading, somehow some of the other ministers, out of jealousy, complained to the king. Look, this minister is good, no doubt in it, but one of his actions is very suspicious. Every now and then he goes to this secluded place, isolated place, where he has got his own personal curtains. Nothing wrong in it, he can have. But he goes there, closes the door. God knows what he does. And after some time he comes out. Maybe every time he is carrying a lot of wealth and stores over there. And of course king also started becoming suspicious. Maybe something or other going on. So he asked the minister, I would like to know. Minister says, sorry, other than that, anything and everything I am ready to explain. But please, this is what my small request, don't try to destroy that. I have some secret, I want to maintain that. No. Then the minister went one step higher. Actually, that secret is the secret in my life. And I am able to maintain my ministership very well because of that secret. Then the king became much more curious. What is this? I must know that. He said, please, remember, if you come to try to know, there will be consequences different. King said, are you threatening me or what? I am sorry, but this is the truth. The story goes further. The king ordered, no, I am going there to see. Minister said, okay, if you are going to see, I am coming. But with one condition. Know what? When we will enter, only we two will enter. And as usual, I will close the door, everything. Somehow king agreed. They entered. As usual, he closed all the doors and windows and opened one box, big box. King became much more suspicious. Oh God, something is really serious, funny. And after inside the box, what he did? He brought out one old cloth. Seeing that old cloth, the king was shocked. What is this? And of course he could remember. Then that time, the minister requested king, I am sorry, I have to do something here. And what he did, he removed all these minister's attire, put back that old cloth and looked at himself. And he said, look, O king, every now and then I come here to remind myself, who am I? Because of your grace, I am putting this ministerial cloth. Anytime you can take away, but still I remain the way I came to you. Now time has come. Keep your ministerial cloth with you. I am walking. So this is called constant effort. Can you see this point? Being reminded by one's own self. So I am being reminded by myself. That's what long back I have highlighted. When I am being reminded by myself about my duty, my responsibility, that is called my dignity. When other people start reminding my responsibility, my duty about me, that becomes control. So always we feel we are being monitored, we are being controlled because we are not able to remind ourselves. And when other people remind, or situation reminds, circumstances reminds us, that time we feel we are being controlled by others. So these two aspects can be looked into through these two verses. Okay, Swamiji, I understand all these things, but don't you think that you are complicating? One side Guru, okay, somehow there is relief, but lot of misconception and whatnot. Then you are trying the second one is much more learning to remind oneself. Now you gave this example of this minister, you think that every time we have to remind ourselves and walk away like this. I don't talk all these things, okay, please. Give some other method, okay. If you can manage to help me, because mind is smart, na? If something is a little different. I have heard, what about bhakti? If I can have some devotion, okay? You understand? Hare Rama, Hare Rama. You understand? It's good, not bad, okay? Remember, this is very good, okay? You must do. Problem with me is because I don't do, that's why I don't encourage. But nothing like that, okay? Especially for emotionals, especially when you are having emotion, it's good, it works. So what about bhakti, okay? बिना भक्ति से मुक्ति नहीं होता है. So without bhakti, there is no mukti. Mukti means liberation, okay? Freedom. So what is the role of bhakti? Don't worry, let us read the verse, okay? Verse number 31. Moksha karana samagriyam bhaktireva gariyase swaswarupānusandhānam bhaktiritya vidhiyate. Moksha karana samagriyam bhaktireva gariyase swaswarupānusandhānam bhaktiritya vidhiyate. So bhakti means devotion. So here he says, bhakti iti avidhiyate. This is called bhakti. And what is that? Bhakti, devotion. He beautifully says, first, before going to that, he says, moksha karana samagriya. So what are the means for liberation? Like we discussed, this sadhana chatushtayam, Viveka, Vairagya, samadavadi sarka sampatti and Mumukshutvam. And there also we brought the topic of Guru in between. All this comes under it. If these are the means, these are the necessary instruments, karana, causes, then for liberation, then what is here? Yes, among all these things, whatever we discussed, bhakti eva gariyasi. If they are ordinary, this bhakti is the best. The devotion becomes the most important tool, most important instrument, most important condition. Now mind will say, what is that bhakti? I am interested, so that I don't have to waste my time with Viveka. Forget Vairagya, Shamadamadi Sarka Sampati, much more painful. Mumukshutvam, leave it far aside. So now let me get this bhakti. So then what I should do? Hare Rama, Hare Rama. You understand? That's why in every ashram, I am not telling you jokes. There will be some place where it is, and that attracts people. That also gives this. I am not telling you jokes. I'll tell you one beautiful, going before to the definition, okay? So there is one, there was not, now he is no more. So Kailas Ashram, previous Mahamandla, so I can tell you the open name, okay? Vidyananda Giriji Maharaj, he was really nice, very great. And great Vedantin. In fact, I cannot forget that statement, what he made. So he was arranging Ramcharitamanas. And one day we asked, oh Maharaj, you criticize everything. Always you stick to Vedanta, because in those days he used to criticize everything, including he will criticize Puju Swamiji. That in Mlecha Bhasa, Mlecha means English, okay? You are teaching Vedanta in Mlecha Bhasa, is not right. So he was that sort of person, okay? Okay, later on what happened, don't ask, let me not talk. So, because he used to do everything, all criticism. So we asked, what is this? So, Swamiji, this Ramcharitamanas you are doing, where is it? Why Vedanta now started Ramcharitamanas in the great institution called Kailasashram. He started talking in his way. Hey, you people will not understand anything. I said, what is, why? You think, will anybody come for Vedanta? Will you be able to sustain the ashram? Then, in Ramcharit those days, he spent huge money. He said in Ramcharitamanas, if we spend 1 million rupees, it goes much more than that, okay? If we spend 1 million rupees, at the end of the Ramcharitamanas, we get minimum 2 or 3 million rupees, always twice or 3 times. So what is wrong in it? So we have some good food, good noise, many people are coming, and some money comes, the ashram is maintained for some time for Vedanta. Because we have to sustain Vedanta. How to sustain Vedanta? So this actually helps a lot. And a momentum also is being created. And he was very honest and he was very open also, which I really appreciated. So that's why in every ashram, especially if you go to Rishikesh, I'm not sorry to say, there will be a temple, whether they do puja properly or not is second time. There will be a statue and there will be a patram also where you should put money, you understand? And there are many statues in Rishikesh especially just to collect money, nothing else. I'm sorry to say, but somehow it manages the show and system. Many people are very happy. In fact, when from villages people come, forget villages, even from western people when they come, they remember, they take those photos and say, look, wow, what a beautiful place, what a memory I had. Some photos they take it and they are very happy with that. So if somebody is happy with that, nothing wrong in it, it's good. It serves its purpose. But do you mean, this is my point, okay, I am not here to criticize anybody, okay? Do you mean that is called bhakti? Hey, God's sake, Shankara is not going to waste the time to talk that as bhakti, okay? Then what is bhakti? He says, Swaswarupa Anusandhanam iti. The definition of bhakti is Swaswarupa Anusandhanam. Inquiring. So, inquiring one's own real nature. Dwelling upon one's own nature. Contemplating upon one's own nature. Abiding with one's own self. Can you see this point? All this, Hare Rama, or the statue, or all these things is definitely a tool to understand myself, to dwell upon myself. Because, please understand, I am not able to dwell upon myself because I have my worries, I have my anxieties that is parallelly running in my mind. So when it runs parallel, somewhere I start listening, Hare Rama, automatically what happens to me? Now my emotional mind is completely cut off. Now my mind completely gets tuned to this, let us say, this mantra, this singing process. And of course I discover many people are also rhythmically singing. So when they are rhythmically singing, now there is a vibration, there is an atmosphere. So because of that reason, now my worries and anxieties not only subsides, sometimes cut off completely. Now when my worries and anxieties are cut off, automatically I am with myself without my knowledge. Can you see this point? So this singing or all the statues, whatever I pointed out earlier, definitely is a best tool which creates some type of devotion in me without my knowledge. At least it helps me not to be with my worries and anxieties. It at least helps that how to withdraw myself from my worries and anxieties. So when this happens, automatically I am with myself. But unfortunately, instead of going to my source, If I start depending and start saying Hare Rama is the only means of devotion, or I say no, this worshipping God is only devotion, or whatever methods, if that becomes only devotion, that becomes the sad part of it. Then you say, oh, we are Vedantin, we don't need all these things. Only we have to do Swaswarupa Anusandhanam. This is another cretin, okay, I was about to say, crazy people, okay? Another group of crazy people. Oh, we don't need, we are Vedantins. All this Hare Rama is useless. Hey, your Hare Rama is useless, but your worries and anxieties is very useful, eh? Puja is useless. Oh, puja is useless, but you think how to do puja, how the puja to happen to yourself, that is more important, eh? Remember, that is called balancing life. So this balancing life has to happen. All these are tools to discover the devotion. If these are not there, please understand, most important aspect in life is, whenever you are weak, you need some tools. And if you dismiss the tools from the beginning, when you become weak, where you will be? That's why we say beautifully, the one who knows swimming does not need a boat. But if he is a smart and there is a boat, what is wrong in using the boat? And once you use the boat, why to criticize the boat? Why to destroy the boat? Let the boat continue. You may choose to take boat or not to take boat. Even if you take boat, continue. Leave the boat there so that other people will be benefited, especially those who do not know swimming at all. At the same time, they want to cross the river. So also this Hare Rama, all this parapunya is work like boat. When a person is drowning because of worries and anxieties, because of the insecurities, because of many factors, definitely that becomes like saving boat for those people. And this is our duty to maintain that boat. That's why every ashram must have, can you see, this is called Khandanam and Mandanam, okay? First I dismissed, now I am Mandanin. I am re-establishing. Every ashram must have a puja place. Every ashram must have some singing. Is it necessary? Because that creates the momentum in that place. But at the same time, everybody should not get stuck in there either. Okay, Swamiji, we do not know where you are going and how you are going, okay? But, okay, when you are saying, we understand, then what to do? He says, look, we need to see this point very carefully. If bhakti is important, or desire to know one's own self is important, which we will discuss in next class, so that where we will try to bring the concept of the teacher. Okay, thank you very much. Please close your eyes. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.